Welcome to the C Word Podcast. I'm Semaj, and I greet you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. Don't let the name fool you. The C, as you will find, is all about you. What we desire to do here is create a conversation around my book, The C Word, and some of the principles behind it, to lead you, the seeker, on a journey. A journey of freedom. Freedom from limiting thoughts, borrowed beliefs, and false perceptions. A journey of self-truth. If you're already on a path, then it's to help bring clarity on the journey. I've walked the path. I can help you identify the walls you've built and the ruts that you're in, and give you some tools to create a new life. I'm a hands-on healer of energy and light, teacher of my own integrative flow technique. I'm a student of the universal law of one, and a certified life coach, helping you to get clear your direction. I'm called father, husband, grandfather, Sifu, and guru. I'm on this journey with you. We are one. My desire is to live this quote, which simply says, "The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see." Let's begin. Hey fam, today we'll finish our talk about the final two of the four agreements. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. So nothing to do but to do it, so let's begin. This is episode 8. I call it Agree or Disagree. That is the question. Part 2. Welcome back to part 2 of Agree or Disagree. That is the question. After listening to part 1, you see that it's really the question. To me, it's like the red pill, blue pill scene in the Matrix. It's not about what you choose as much as it is that you choose. Choosing is the action that is the catalyst to change. Once again, as a refresher, these are the four agreements by the book. 1. Be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Number 2. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a reflection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Number 3, don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. Number 4, always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It'll be different when you're healthy as opposed to when you're sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Today, we start today looking at number 3. Don't make assumptions. I think the power in this agreement is what you need to do to not assume. The book says to have the courage to ask for what we really want. I mean, that's huge. Any other way creates this giant snowball effect of assuming and judgment, right? Okay, hypothetically speaking, say there's a couple just starting to see each other after both having communication problems with their former person of interest. Mind you, they each have their own idea of what communication is. But whatever it is, it's not happening in this relationship either. Because each of them is assuming that the other, coming out of a non-communicating relationship, is going to be the talker. So what happens? Nobody talks. They both assume that this means that there's a lack of things to say. But nobody asks any questions or communicates what they really want. It's like, what do you want to do tonight? Assuming you may have a preference. I don't care. Assuming you should really take care of these things. Assuming that I don't care means you don't really care. Frustrated, they say, I wish I knew what you wanted. Assuming that you read minds. Well, you should know. We've been together for a week now. Well, if you love me, you would know what I like. Boom, there it is. Yes, we have all been there. Sorry if I pushed any of your buttons. In the military, there's a well-known phrase, never assume anything. It will make an ass, A-S-S, out of you, and me, M-E, spelling out assume. I guess it's a visual thing. And yes, assuming is a nice way of saying judging. The worst part about judging is when you find out you're wrong and you can't fix what you broke. And what's the first thing we say when we do or say something that we know no one has any idea why we did it? Don't judge me. You don't know what's going on in my life. And that would be the truth. And that truth is graced upon every person. To paraphrase a quote, be kind always. Don't assume you know what hell someone is going or has gone through. So, not assuming. Get it? Got it? Good. The number 4 agreement. Always do your best. You gotta love this one. It's like a built-in safety net to enlightenment success. I told you earlier, when I started living these agreements, I knew it was going to be a long, hard road, especially in the beginning. This 4th agreement made every effort a win, as long as I gave it my best effort. Thus, the reason I started out one agreement at a time. You see, I'm not trying to be some perfect human, just a better version of one. Because of the law of one, which states we are all one, when I get better, the world gets better. And if one of you gets better, our world gets better. So then my lofty passion of making the world better, one person at a time, ain't so lofty. 1, because I start with me. And 2, because I only need to help one person be better. I wonder who out there is listening. I don't get to know that. But sometimes, like every day, I imagine some person, no, check that, one other person out there listening to this podcast, or perhaps reading my silly little book, and a spark is ignited. That spark becomes a flame, and that flame turns that person into an inferno of light. And that person makes people see our truth, the truth that we are all in this one life together. And life gets better doing it with each other rather than against. We begin to understand that what we say, think, or assume, or do to each other, we are actually doing it to ourselves, which is stupid. So we pause and find a better way. And in my mind, I see this place certainly not some world peace utopia, just a place where we just choose to put all the bullshit down and live as happily as we can individually. And it all came about from me trying to make me the best version of me possible by not just reading these 4 agreements, but keeping them close and always doing my best to live them out. I can't assume that you got all this, but I can hope. We all get to agree or disagree with whatever we choose. And we all can choose to change our minds at any instant. Sometimes, the what makes a difference is not what the question is, or even how you answer. Sometimes it's just what you do with the answer. That's it. So as usual, I urge you to use the links in the description of this podcast and get my book, The C Word. Check it out. You can also find me on YouTube, Semaj, Man at the Top of the Mountain, and at the Great New You website. Also, I am in fact a certified life coach. I'd love to interact. So I left 2 more links here for connection calls. I have 30-minute connection calls and 1-hour coaching connections via Zoom or by phone if you're local. All to let you know that you don't have to seek out the answers or move forward alone. Till next time, this is Semaj. I leave you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. Go forth, therefore, and rejoice in the power and the peace of the one infinite Creator. Namaste. That wraps it up for today's episode. I appreciate you all for listening and watching this podcast. It matters to me. If you'd like to go deeper on any topic, we have additional resources linked in the show notes. If you're getting value from this show or have feedback, feel free to reach out to me at semaj@agreatnewyou.com or by leaving us a rating here. Thanks for listening. Namaste.